I don't like the way people knock TV, though. It's all the same cliche shit they said when we were kids, they now say as adults, right? They're like, oh, you watch too much TV, it'll rot your mind, or you can't learn anything from television, but that's not true. You can learn a lot from television. For instance, without television, I would have no idea that Steven Seagal is out of his fucking mind. Or alive. I also didn't know that. He has a show. It's not a scripted show. It follows around the real Steven Seagal, and every episode begins with him looking in the camera and saying, I don't know if you knew this or not, but for the last 20 years, I've been a cop. And you're like, what did you just say? I thought you've been making shitty movies for the last 20 years. What are you talking about? You watch the show, he has the most unlikable quality in a human being, which is that he is an expert in everything. Literally, if a dog walks by, he's like, that's a Shih Tzu boxer hound mix right there. And they're like, how do you know that? He's like, I've been working with dogs for like 35 years. Then a helicopter flies by, and he's like, that's a HUB 106. And they're like, how do you know that? And he's like, I've been flying helicopters for like 47 years. Then he does the thing, though, that everybody does who knows something about everything. Everybody has a friend, no matter what you're doing. They know the history of it all. They know every topic, every fucking fact. If you're eating dinner, they're like, forks are from the Roman times, and they would sculpt them out of bark. And you're like, will you shut the fuck up and let me finish this, please? Seagal will do that, too, but he's making it up. He'll be like, they also call that helicopter a skippy. And they're like, why? He goes, listen to it. Skip. That's bullshit. You made that shit up. Oh, seriously. It just blows my mind. It really does. That everybody in this room, everybody has this real world possibility in their lives. All of us. We could go tonight, if we wanted to, tonight. You could go to Louisiana. You could start a fight in a bar. And there is a real world possibility that Steven Seagal will arrest you. Isn't that insane to you? I've lost sleep over this shit. I mean, that's crazy. That's literally like if you leave here and you roll through a stop sign and then Sylvester Stallone is like, hey, roll it down. And you're like, get the fuck out of here. You work here? He's like, it's my passion, yeah. Will you say Adrian or something? Nah. It's nuts. You have to watch this show. He panders to every group according to race, knowing full well there's a camera crew following him around. He doesn't give a shit. If you're white, he's like, how's it going? All right. And then to black people, he's like, what's up, cuz? And they're like, hey, what's up? I'm holding you down, so holla if you need something. Okay. And then to all Latino, Spanish-speaking people, he insists on speaking horrifically broken Spanish, even if they start the conversation in English. If they're like, hey, yeah, I called 911, thank you for coming. The thing is, he's like, hola. Mucho queso. He's like, I think my English is way better than your Spanish, man. And he's like, no, gracias. No. And then to all Asian people, he bows, regardless of where he meets them. If you're Asian and you cross Steven Seagal's path, he's like, yeah. And you sit and they go, hey, I was born here, you dick. Like, you don't have to do that. And he's like, sorry, I've been doing martial arts for like 85 years. He trains other cops in hand-to-hand combat. I think that's infuriating. For those cops. It's not like we're hanging out. We're like, hey, man, do you want to do like a couple shots and then go down the street? Steven Seagal is teaching people how to throw punches. And we're like, okay, yeah, let's fucking go. No, it's you're a cop and you show up at work and they're like, we're going to go over hand-to-hand combat today so you can protect yourself if you're in a really dangerous situation. You're like, oh, cool. Who'd you bring in to teach us? Like some Navy SEALs or Green Berets? And they go, no, we brought in Steven Seagal. And you're like, are we shooting a fucking movie this week or something? He's like, okay, I'll pass, because that's ridiculous. I don't want to be a part of that. That's literally like if you're like at NASA and they're like, all right, future astronauts, we're gonna go over space exploration, and to get us started, why don't you welcome Captain Kirk? Come on out, man. And you're like, is he qualified to do this? And they're like, oh, you've seen him do all that shit. Yeah, he knows what he's talking about, man. He's been up there. They show him teaching people how to fight. It's horrible. He's bloated now. He doesn't have the same range of motion. He's like, everybody line up. If somebody throws a punch, you can block it like that. And then you could kick him in the throat like that. Are you kicking a child in the throat right now? Some people's throats are down there. I like Havarti cheese the most. What's your favorite? I feel like no matter where I go, 10 times a day, I find myself asking myself this question. I find myself going like, hey man, is anybody else seeing this shit right now? Have I stepped into a parallel fucking universe or something? Like, I went to buy a coffee just a few weeks ago from a coffee place. Just so there's no confusion, I didn't go to a shoe store, I went to a coffee place, okay? I go up to the lady behind the counter and I go, can I have a coffee? And she goes, well, we have a special promotion. And today for $2, you can get this drink and it has vanilla and there's whipped cream and there's sprinkles on it. And I was like, that's cool. I don't want that. May I have a coffee? And she goes, it's the last day of this special promotion. And I was like, oh, I think I understand the full scope of the promotion. May I have a coffee? And she's like, you're a fucking loser. Here's the thing, this woman was enormous, okay? She looked like 4 people melted into one. So I was like, you know what? You're super fat. You know when shit tastes good. Hook that shit up. I want to try it, right? And she goes, it's $2. And I go, all right. And then I extended at 20, and she goes, And I go, I'm sorry? And she goes, I don't have the change for that. And I was like, oh, so what do you want to do now? Are you saying I have too much money to shop here? And she goes, we just can't handle it. And I was like, handle it. It's a 20. Like, I didn't put the Hope Diamond on the counter and go, figure it out, stupid. Like, it's reasonable, right? And she was just all shoulders, like, oh. And I go, nothing? You have no solution? And she goes, do you still want coffee? I'm like, yeah, that part's never changed. That's why I'm here. And I go, you can't resolve this at all. And she goes, you could ask somebody else for change. And I go, another customer in line? And she goes, yeah. And I go, what about the box with buttons in front of you? So I turn around to the line of people and I go, excuse me, do any of you guys have change? Everybody was like, oh, you fucking asshole. Like, you're at the place to get change. You're right there. But then this one Arab guy, and I'm not saying that means anything, but he was, so why leave it out of the story? He goes, I have everything. And I was like, oh. And then he opened his attaché, and he had every denomination of every currency. Like where I could go, I want one of those, I want one of those, I want one of those. He was like, yes, yes, yes. Now enjoy your pussy drink. And I was like, okay, all right. And I want you to know something. I drank that pussy drink, and that's the best shit I've ever had in my entire life. Pussy drinks forever. I'm not sure that's what they're called, so take your chances, but it would be cool if you went to a Starbucks tomorrow and you're like, can I get a pussy drink? And they're like, I think I know what you want. Hold on a sec. I get that feeling the most when I get upgraded to first class. Yeah, I fly every week. I never buy first class ticket, I buy coach tickets. I buy them so much, I get bumped up to first class. I'm telling you, The moment I get bumped up to first class, I get washed over with this feeling. I'm like, look at these fucking poor pieces of shit. And it's like, ugh. So much better than them. Don't stand next to me. Dude. I dare you to try to come up from coach and use the first class bathroom when I'm there. I'll put my hand on your chest, okay? There's a pig trough in the back. That's for you guys. It's for the big ballers up front. Some people buy first class tickets. I always feel like they know you got upgraded. They always give you the look like, by the way, we fucking know. You can sit up here, but you're not. You know the best part about being married is? You get to stop pretending. And that's what fucking dating is. It's an act. You're on Broadway. For however long you're dating, you're doing an act. And it looks exhausting. This way, if you're dating, you've ever been out in public and you see married people look at you like this, and you're like, what the fuck are they looking at? They're tired for you. It's an act, and it's exhausting. You see it all. Dating is a guy going, just so you know, I'm this guy. And the girl's like, well, just so you know, I am this girl. And then you get married, and you're like, so can we knock this shit off? And she goes, I hope so, because I got to fart pretty bad. I've actually had to fart for like 4 years. Let that fart out. Sexually liberating to get married. It is. It really is, especially for men, because here's what happens. When you start dating somebody, you know your first thing is like, all right, you see the girl and you're like, I want to get in there. That would be, or however you phrase it in your head. All right? And then you go out a few dates, and as you get closer to the act, the magical act happening, a lot of times a woman will ask a guy, she'll be like, oh, so like, what are you into? What do you like? And this is when a man's brain goes, don't scare her. You could fuck this up for us. So we lie to you, and we're like, oh, I like to hold hands, and I like if you go on my neck, that's cool. Then you get married, and you're like, I want you to yank on my ball bag like you're stuck at sea, and this is the only motor that's gonna take you home. A lot of girlfriends can't handle that shit. Girlfriends will be like, oh, what? But a wife will go, that it? And you're like, oh yeah, I get you for like 50 years. She's like, yeah, I'll spit butter in your ass, whatever you want, man. Or whatever, margarine, I don't know, whatever you're into is fine. Olive oil. You find the longer you're with somebody, you're like, everybody has something. Everybody has something weird and kinky and different. Everybody, and you suppress it and you go like, oh my God, if anybody knew, oh my God, I would fucking die if somebody knew. Everybody has something. And you're like, no, not everybody. What about Jim? He wears a blazer. Jim too. Jim likes to be hit in the nuts with a wrench, okay? Jim's out of his fucking mind. Weed's not a big deal, though. I don't know what the fuck people make a big deal out of weed, you know? You see it change. I mean, states have it legalized. I don't know why the perception I find from other people about California, they think we're like the wild fucking West. Like people, they're like, oh, you live in LA, you guys just smoke joints and tell the cops to suck your dick, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly right, yeah. You should do that too when you come out. LAPD's super into that. But take your joint, flick it out, and be like, suck my dick, man. They'll laugh and high five you, it's funny. God, it's so weird. People ask me, like, I get asked fucking travel advice from strangers. Can we just break down how crazy that is? Like, people come up to me and they're like, hey, you travel a lot, right? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, where should I go? I don't fucking know you, man. You ask travel advice to people who know you intimately. They know you well. They can guide you based on what they know about you. I mean, you don't ask strangers' dining advice, right? Because you're like, hey, well, where should I eat tonight? I know I've never met you before in my life, but do you think you could give me a recommendation? Yeah, you should try this dim sum place. But then that person might go, oh, I hate the Asian world. And you're like, oh shit, I didn't know that about you. Like, yeah, I killed like 4 of them. Like, what are you, like a serial killer or something? Yeah. Now you're in an awkward conversation with a serial killer.